Working with layers in Photoshop is very easy. Let's create this little poster. Just click Command Control N on your Photoshop and make sure the pixel is 1920, height 1080, resolution 72 is fine. Now press OK. We have this file. Now, for a start, just check this off, this lock. Now, I can go to my Lightroom or any images that you have. Just bring some images to Photoshop. I'm just gonna click on this one, hold on Control and click on this one, and maybe not this one, maybe Control this one, the waterfall, and I'm looking for the boat, and this one as well. Click on this one as well, hold on Control, and I'm just gonna drag all of this and go to Photoshop icon at the bottom and just let it go. One by one, just gonna be appear. I'm just gonna press enter once, 2, 3, and 4. Now just take a look at here. If I check this off, I can see the layer below it. Turn it on again. This is gonna be on top. It's gonna be like a stack of books on top of each other. The top book is just gonna be showed actually here. I'm just gonna take off that book. The second one, you can see the below, and turn this off. I can see the first one, and here, nothing here. Now, click on the top layer and drag it down. Hold and drag it down. You see this line here, the blue line? Just let it go. It's just gonna be at the bottom. Press Z, zoom back a bit. Press V for the move tool. Command and Control T to scale this image. If I hold down Alt and Shift together and just come here and drag this, I can make this image a bit larger from the center actually. If I hold down Shift and drag it, I can just keep the size and the proportion perfectly. Alright, now it's perfect. I'm just gonna drag this down a bit and I'm just gonna let it go. I have 3 images. This one, I'm just gonna drag it and put it here. This one is gonna be selected and I'm just gonna leave it at the center. And this one, I cannot see it. I can just click and drag it and put it to the right side. I wanna make this the same size, the same window. We have something here called Frame Tool. Just click on the Frame Tool, and this one is this. Hold down Shift and click and drag. Look, that image is just gonna goes inside that frame. How cool is that? One more time. I'm just gonna click on this pixel, this image, hold down Shift and drag and click. Again, this one, hold down Shift, come here again and click and drag until the same size. You see the lines, they are the same size, and let it go. Just going inside. Now, if I double click inside, I can move this image around. Even if I press Ctrl T, I can make this image smaller. Look. And I can move it around and press enter. And how cool is that? What about this one? If I just double click, I can go inside. It means this one is selected. You see? Now I can make it a bit up. Maybe Command Control T, drag it. If I don't hold Shift, it's just gonna be like this. It means my image proportion is changing and it's gonna be weird. So press Command Control Z. Anytime I press Command and Control T, I have to hold down Shift and move this to make the proportion steady. And Photoshop 2021, by default, you don't need to hold down Shift. If you move this, it's just gonna be like this. Because I used to it, I always hold down Shift. I change it to be holding down Shift. All right. Now press enter. What if I want to change the size of this frame? Just go back and click on this little icon, then you can just change the size. Now press Command Control Z. And if I click outside, I'm just gonna come back here. What if I want this tree to be equal between them? As you hold down Shift, just click on the top layer. 3 of them are selected now. Now, click on this little icon here. So if you click, the size of this tree, the size between them is gonna be equal. Now, when you see this red line, it means 3 of them are center. I'm just gonna drag it up. So this corner size and this one is just gonna be equal as well. So everything is equal. Now let's click on this background layer, this one. I want to make it a bit blurry. Let's go to Filter, Blur, and Gaussian Blur. So the background is a bit blurry, so you can change the radius to make it a bit blurry, because we want this 3 image to be more pop. Let me just click on this little icon here and move this up a bit. Now this is much better. Right. And if I click on this little icon here, I don't want to see this. See? If I click, it's just gonna be more organized. Now I have 3 of them. I can add text and I can add a stroke. If I come here and click on this little icon, the first one, what I see here is a stroke. If I click on this icon, it means no stroke. If I click on the white color and I come here and change the stroke and make it a bit larger, maybe around 7, it's just gonna be appeared here. What about this 2? Again, click on the color, make sure it's white, the pixel, it's 7, and press enter. The second one, the same thing, color, 7 pixel, press enter. Now, this stroke is going to be inside. We can also add the stroke in the center or add this from the outside of the image. Look the difference between these 3. So most of the time it's better to be outside because we don't want to lose the inside of our image. So I'm just gonna click all of this, go back and put it on the outside. The same thing, put it on the outside. And how cool is that? To see it better, always click on the background. Now if I zoom here, I see the difference. This one, maybe the stroke is changing, it's a bit different. Just gonna click on this. Yes, the stroke is 8. I have to put it on 7 and click OK. Now if I go back to the background, I can see the size is the same. Now press T on your keyboard to write something. I'm just gonna click and make sure the size is large. If it's small or large, make sure the size is maybe 100. And hold down Shift, press both. Just look, the color here, I can change it to white. And I can just come and put it in the center. When you see the red line, just let it go. The both. To duplicate it, just drag it and drop it to this plus sign. Now hold down Shift and drag it to the right. To see this red line, let it go. Double click on it and I'm just gonna call this waterfall. Here you can use it in any font, it doesn't really matter. I'm just coming here, maybe Helvetica. Right, cool. And let's just drag this and drag this to the trash can. I have this Helvetica, I like it. Press Command and Control J, drag this to the left. Just gonna call this, double click on it, hold down shift to be the capital B, boat, hold down control and click on the waterfall so you can select it. Then press command and control J to duplicate it, then hold down shift and drag it to the right. Let's call this sunrise. If I click on the boat, the first one, right, and click on this letter color here, this is the properties. If you don't see it, go to window and click on properties, then you can see it here. These properties, sometimes it's here, just drag it and put it in between, then you can see the properties here. I'm just gonna drag this up a bit. So I'm on a boat, I'm just gonna drag this, maybe I'm just gonna drag the adjustment and put it here as well, so I have more room for my layers so I can see all my layers. Click on the boat, the type boat, and let's go to properties, drag this down a bit, drag this up. I don't need the color for now. Click on the color, so the color picker is just going to show up. Now if I come outside, I can come and just pick something in an image, maybe something like this. So the color of the boat, I'm just going to leave it like that. Now if I double click here on the right side of this boat, the layer style is just going to show up. I'm just going to add a stroke to it. Look, this stroke. If I click on the stroke, I can see the size. It can be larger, it can be very low. I'm just gonna click and type 3. It's outside. Alright, it's fine. Okay, let's go to waterfall. Hold on, control, command, and click on the waterfall. And bring this up so it's smaller. Click here. Let's look for a cool color. Maybe this one, or maybe a bit whiter. Alright, cool. Okay, double click on the right side. Go to layer style and make sure the stroke is active, and automatically it's just gonna be remember the 3 size from the previous one. Press OK. Let's go to sunrise. Pick a color. This one maybe a bit orange color. Click OK. Double click. Again, click on a stroke, and that's it. Now you guys learn how to quickly work with layers and even create a cool and interesting poster in Photoshop.